I was 16 and in my junior year of high school. My schedule was packed with 9 periods a day, with lunch falling during the 5th period, followed immediately by my astronomy class. Unlike most classes, astronomy was held in one of the 2 basement classrooms of our massive high school. The building had 3 floors, but even that wasn't enough to accommodate all the students, so the school had repurposed a former janitorial area into classrooms. The basement was eerie when empty. The dimly lit hallway lacked intercoms or loudspeakers, which meant no classes were held there during the first period when morning announcements were broadcast. Everyone referred to this section of the basement as the chamber. Despite the unsettling atmosphere, students liked having classes there because it was air-conditioned. The coursework was usually easier. And, most conveniently, it had its own bathroom. That day in astronomy, we had a quiz. I was one of the first to finish, as I found the subject relatively easy. Bored. I texted my friend JJ, who was in the other basement classroom, asking him to meet me in the bathroom. He agreed. I left the classroom and walked down the short hallway to the bathroom. Moments later, JJ entered, and we joked around for a bit. Then his phone buzzed. "Lockdown," he read aloud. We exchanged glances, grinning. Since neither of our teachers had seen us leave, we technically had free rein while the school was locked down. Just for the thrill of it, we decided to sneak upstairs and see what was happening. After all, the worst that could happen was us explaining we didn't hear the announcement from the basement. As we cracked open the basement door leading to the main floor, we were met with unexpected darkness. Normally, during lockdowns, the hallway lights remained on. But now, the only illumination came from the faint glow of the lobby doors. Something felt off. JJ took a cautious step forward, peering down the hallway. "Who's that?" he whispered. Emerging from the shadows was a man. At first, we weren't sure if he was a teacher, but as he stepped closer, it became clear he wasn't dressed like school staff. He looked more like a homeless person. "Let's go," I whispered. Without hesitation, we hurried back down to the basement. As we reached the classrooms, we saw both doors shut with the lights off. Not wanting to draw attention, we ducked into the bathroom, shutting off the light. We hid in the farthest stall, crouched in silence. A moment later, the bathroom door creaked open. Light from the hallway spilled in, only to be cut off as the door clicked shut. We heard slow, heavy breathing. The air was so still that every sound was amplified, the occasional drip from the sink our shallow breaths. Then, JJ made a mistake. He leaned in and whispered, "We have to crawl to the other stalls." Even his whisper was loud in the silence. The breathing outside the stall stopped. Then, the stall door handle rattled. Panic surged through me. "Go," I whispered. We slid under the stall dividers, crawling away as quietly as possible. Suddenly, the man started pounding on the stall door we had just left. We bolted upright, yanked the bathroom door open, and sprinted to JJ's classroom, pounding on the door. His teacher let us in within seconds, locking the door behind us. Jay breathlessly explained what had happened. The teacher's face turned pale when JJ mentioned seeing a gun tucked into the man's pocket. Though I hadn't noticed a weapon, I didn't argue. The tension in the room was palpable. Usually high schoolers would laugh off something like this, but no one in the classroom cracked a smile. Everyone sat in the corner, wide-eyed with fear. Then, a sudden, violent bang on the door made the entire room jump. A few students gasped, others whimpered. Through the small window in the door, we saw the man staring inside, jiggling the knob. After a few more bangs, he turned and walked down the hall toward the stairs. We sat in silence for over an hour. The teacher occasionally asked us questions in a concerned, hushed tone, shaking his head at our answers. Finally, an announcement instructed us to evacuate the building single file. As we stepped outside, police officers greeted us. JJ and I described the man as best as we could. A cop patted me on the back, assuring us they would handle it. After that day, the school installed security cameras and increased its budget for safety measures. Strangely, the incident never made the news. We never found out if the police caught the man. To this day, I'm convinced he had one goal: to kill us in that bathroom stall. We had barely made it out.